Okay, everybody. Good morning, Brenda. Justin is here.
Hello, test 2 1 2. Can you hear me?
Okay, everybody.
All right, there we go.
What's going on, Justin?
Not much.
It's snowing here.
Is it? Nice.
Yep.
What's up, Brenda? Oh, it was freaking chilly here last night.
Was it?
Yeah,
Well, it's right now, it's 32 degrees and snow falling.
I went outside last night to put a damn coat on.
Well, that's kind of this, as you know, that's the kind of the story. Everybody up in the North Country have to put a coat on it at different levels or different thicknesses, depending upon how cold it is.
Joe said he'll be here in a few. What's up, Ed? You know what time? Let's see what the temperature is outside. Yeah, right now it's 53 out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know where the hell this cold came from.
Is it supposed to stay cold for a while or?
It looks like at nighttime, yeah, it's supposed to be a little chilly. Be down in like the 40s and 50s, but during the day it's supposed to be up in the 80s. Today it's supposed to be only a high of 61, so, or 65. But it got 37 degrees last night. And so it was pretty damn cold. I was surprised that we got that cold of a.
Yeah, we got down to 28 degrees, but now it's up to 31, 32 right now.
Yeah, you weren't much colder than we were. 7, 8 degrees. It's not a huge difference for Florida and Michigan.
No kidding.
I guess, but I don't know. I wasn't expecting it to be that cold last night. I walked outside and said, "Oh shit, I want to run back in the house, got my sweatshirt."
Hello, Ed. Good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen.
How are you doing this morning?
Good, good. And you? You guys?
It's snowing here.
It's snowing. Oh, you can keep it.
Here comes Mark White now.
Morning, Paul. Justin.
You guys can keep that white stuff.
Ed.
Mark likes the snow.
Good morning, Mark.
I do.
Yep.
We don't get enough.
I mean,
He says they don't get enough, but it's snowing right now. It's been snowing now for several hours, but it's not accumulating because the ground was warmer.
it's minus 14 right now, but
It's 15 degrees centigrade here.
That's what I said. I was surprised. Paul and us were only about 8 or 9 degrees difference. It's not
Yeah,
very
from
much from Florida to Michigan.
Florida to Michigan. That's unreal.
Uh,
'Cause usually they'll be like, if we're like
Boom.
in the 40s, they'll be down in like the teens. They'll be like 30, 40 degrees colder than us. That's still a little chilly out this morning too. I said the high is only supposed to be, what I say, 65 or something today. Something like that.
Well, but you said it's gonna get warmer than usual, right? It's gonna get in the
No,
80s.
no, that's starting tomorrow. It's gonna be in the 40s and 50s at nighttime for the next week, but it will be in the 80s during the day.
I'd buy that.
Good morning, Sunstar. Good morning, USC drone flyer. What up, Captain Joe?
Yeah, but it sucks though, because you wake up and it's cold, and then by the afternoon time it's fucking blazing hot outside.
Boone, stop.
Well, we're due to be between 11 and 15 maximum all week, and between 3 and 6 minimum.
Yeah, we're supposed to start warming up next week too. +7, +8. Yay!
I know summertime's getting closer. And I
Yeah.
hate fucking summertime in Florida. So fucking hot.
Does it get humid out there too,
Oh,
Justin?
dude, you don't even have it. You don't even know the half of it. It'll be like up in the 90s, like high 90s. I'm not talking Fahrenheit here. And it'll be like 80, 85%, maybe 90% humidity sometimes.
Oh wow.
So it's just sticky hot, like that nasty sticky hot feeling.
Yeah.
It's horrible. A lot of days you don't even want to go outside because the minute you step outside, you just start drenching in sweat. You feel like crap.
Yeah, we get days like that if you're deep in the summer.
I
Plus
give it to
40, plus humidity.
I give it to anybody that works outside during the summer here. Like I've grown up in both heats though. Like when I grew up in Southern California, it was a very dry heat. Like maybe 1-2% humidity, like almost nothing.
Hey, Joe, did you get any snow over there?
And I'd rather have dry heat over humid heat any day.
Morning, Frank.
Hey, Jody.
Dry heat is a lot easier to deal with, in my opinion.
Hey, Mark, is that the guy that has that channel Geek Nova? Nova or
Geeks Vana?
something?
Geeks
Yeah.
Varner.
Is he from your country?
Yeah,
If you don't mind me asking.
yeah, he's from Southern England.
Yeah, that's Sean.
John, yep.
I was
Sean
watching
comes.
this. Go ahead. So,
I was gonna say Sean comes in here sometimes on the panel and stuff.
oh, cool. I was watching his channel just before I came in, and he was made a video about that guy that just got charged for flying his drone out of line of sight.
Oh yeah, the guy in Liverpool that always does football grounds.
Yeah.
Is it like your guys' version of Mikey over there or something?
No, he walks early morning around Liverpool area, and he puts his drone up and films the football grounds, especially the ones that are having work done to them and rebuilt, and does the docks that are being rebuilt and stuff like that. But they've done him for flying too high and visual line of sight, where he wasn't really all that far away. It's just that stuff gets in his way.
Yeah, there was in between him and the drone, yep.
Yeah.
Well, he was 1.9 or something.
How high was he flying?
At one time, he was over 500. They said at 500 meters. I thought the law was only 400.
It is 400.
400. Okay.
But normally he's within the rules as far as I can make out. I've not seen many of his videos where he's been breaking the rules, to be
Well,
honest.
when he was at 500 feet, my question would be, was there any structures underneath him? Because he can fly
Is it
he
the-
can fly 400 feet
400
above
feet
any
above them.
structure.
Yeah, but is that the same rules over there though?
Yeah.
No, but do you have to have a special license like we do to do that?
No.
No,
Yeah, okay. So, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, because if he
So-
was over the football grounds, then technically he'd have been able to.
yeah, because you get the same restriction, 500 feet in our country, 400 feet. But if you're within 400 feet of the structure, you can go 400 feet above it.
Unless they got him on some stupid technicality, like he was over the grass instead of the actual like round part of the fucking stadium.
Yeah, I don't know.
They could
Well,
have got him on some stupid technicality like that.
Well, he's been fined thousands, apparently.
So
Good morning, Mr. John from Ottawa. How you doing?
wonder
Hi,
if somebody,
JDS.
JDS.
wonder if somebody turned him in, or they just been, maybe he got a little well known in his area.
Yeah, no, I thought I was
I don't
finding
know.
very interesting the video that he put out. Like they got him more like for line of sight. He was too far away.
Oh, Ed, you should see the videos. I don't know if you've watched the videos from like 8 or 9 years ago when the drone community first kind of started. When they didn't really have a lot of like, there wasn't really too many rules set in place and people were doing whatever the fuck they wanted. Oh my God, there's some crazy videos. People going like 2,000-3,000 feet in the air.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
like that. What's it? That F-550 that went into the clouds.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that video's been on YouTube for a long time. At
Yeah.
least 9 or 10 years, if not longer.
Well, I seen one with, was it Mike? I think it was Mike when he was inside the cloud. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, those were recent videos though. Like, but there was like a period back in the day where there wasn't really any set rules, and it was kind of people were doing whatever they wanted, and the FAA wasn't really monitoring drones because they were so new. And people, it was, I mean, there was a video of Ken Heron where he was flying a parade with a Phantom, and he was literally like 3 feet over people's heads flying down the crowd of people.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
But if you did that nowadays, that close to people, yeah, you'd probably get in a lot of trouble. It's kind of a wild, wild west back then. That was before I started flying drones, but I saw a lot of the older videos people posted back then.
My props. I had a video going above the clouds 4 years ago. Oh
But
wow.
that one Mark was talking about, that video Mark was talking about with that DJI, like their first iteration of drones, that guy went way in the clouds. I'm talking about like the houses look like little specks on the ground, like you couldn't see anything. And he got so
wow.
high that he ran out of battery in the fucking drone. You just see the drone tumbling through the air all until it hits the ground. And it tumbled for a good minute or two.
Wow.
Yeah, and that F-550 is a hexacopter. It's got 6 props, and it's big. It's heavy. I've got
Yeah.
one. It's about 2 foot across.
Yeah, that guy had to have been. Oh, dude, he had to have been at like 7,000-8,000 feet, at least, if not higher. And he was way the hell up there. Because I remember he went up in the clouds, and then when he was coming back down, it took him a minute to get through the clouds before he broke through. And then he got probably, I want to say, about a couple thousand feet from the ground before the battery ran out. I'm sure the flight time back then was horrible on those things too. Probably used about 80% of the battery just getting up into the clouds.
Wow, that's crazy. My first drone was in an Apex. This huge thing, man. That thing was hard to fly.
Well, what's funny is if you look at like DJI's first like set of drones they put out, they look like home built drones. They did. They look like big ass like thrown together FPV drones. They don't look nothing like the drones they make now. Mark's actually got one of those. Have you flown it yet, Mark, or no?
Got on mute. We said every time Pressure starts barking, Paul mutes me.
Yeah. Precious takes over the channel.
Yeah. No, I've not flown it yet.
I remember didn't you have trouble getting some batteries for it or something? Because
Yeah, I ordered the batteries and they wouldn't ship them from China for some reason.
What is it called? If you don't mind asking.
It's the DJI F550 hexacopter.
Hexacopter 550. Yep.
yeah, look it up and just look at a picture of it. It's nothing like the drones they make now.
No, it's
You wouldn't
all like plastic lattice work arms, and it really does look basic.
You
But
would
it's got
think
it's got GPS and everything, but it doesn't have a built-in camera. You have to add a GoPro onto it.
Do you have a battery for it?
Not at the moment, no.
But even one that doesn't work?
No, I've not got even one that doesn't
Okay,
work.
because I was going to say you could probably take it to somebody that repairs or replaces batteries, and they could just use the housing.
it's a standard
No.
FPV battery, isn't it?
Yeah,
Like
it's
a
a standard
3S?
FPV battery, but it's a big one.
It's like a 5S or something, isn't it?
I think it's either 4 or 5S, and it needs something like a 6,000 watt one.
My props is saying that they were home built.
Will you be quiet?
Yes, I think you had to put them together when you bought it. It wasn't.
That's crazy.
It didn't come
How-
all together.
How much did they weigh?
I don't know offhand. I've never actually seen one in person.
I don't think it's not all that heavy. It's just bulky.
Yeah, they had it was kind of like that DJI robot when you bought it. You had to actually like build the damn thing. It didn't come all pre-built
Yeah,
like their drones now.
When you bought it originally, I think it came in bits. There's a few videos on it on YouTube.
I know that RoboMaster, man, that thing had a lot of parts.
Morning, Captain Joe.
Will you stop it?
Hey, Joe, how's it go?
No, come here. Come on. Shush now. Come. It's a good girl. Come here. Yeah.
Finally got a package I'm waiting for. It's coming today. Been in Dallas for 5 days.
What is
I
it?
got the question of the day, Paul. This is the question of the day. How come you can remember 400 feet within 400 feet of the building, but you can't remember how to turn the sound up on your computer?
Well, here's the deal. Is when you take your part 107, which you did, right?
Yeah.
They drill that into your head, the 400-foot rule.
Okay. Again, it's
It's
turning a knob on your computer.
it's selective memory. Because you'd be surprised if I
That's
go.
it. It's selective memory.
if I go fly a ship, I have to sit here and stare at my computer screen for a while and say, now how do I do this again? How do I get the video out? And what do I got to go to put the pictures up? And
That's what it is, selective memory.
now it's called ancient memory.
No, don't put that. All you do is use the old card. Don't work that.
Well, the old card works because I am an old card.
I'm an old card and I do it.
So you have to be 400 feet away from the building? Is that what you're saying?
400
Around
feet
there.
away, and you can go up to
Within.
400 feet over.
You can be directly above it, but you gotta be within 400 feet.
Yep. Yeah, so you could draw a circle around whatever it is you're flying,
Yeah,
and you can
400
go
foot circle from the
400
middle.
feet. Yep. You can go 400 feet above it as long as
You-
you're within
You
that.
still look
circle.
confused.
I am. So how would you know you're 400 feet away from the building?
And it's all estimate. You have to estimate it. That's all it is.
Well, when you fly up to the building, you know where you're at.
Stop.
You just back up to 400 feet, and then you got the 400-foot circle.
Yeah, you could do it that way, or like I said, it could be all estimate because you're gonna fly over a building within 400 feet. If you're gonna be about 40 feet from the building, you're within 400 feet.
Yeah.
The only time I go that high over something is if I got like a tower that's 368 feet. I got right next to that tower. I got all the way up to the top of that crane, and I wanted to see the height. When I got my height, then I knew what I could deal with. And I was within the 400, so I wasn't worried about it. So then I went to 768. I looked down at 768. That's pretty cool.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's it.
And you notice it doesn't use just a regular controller either. It's got its own controller
Yeah, that remote looks like confusing.
and you hang your GoPro off of underneath it
There's a gimbal on it.
as a gimbal. Yeah.
John says it's 250 with everything and remote. Oh, nice. That's cheap.
That's
Yeah,
the
but
type of
it doesn't have Justin, it doesn't have like any kind of sensors to not hit anything or anything like that, right?
Oh no, it doesn't have
no.
any sensors. It does have GPS if you get the one that's got the GPS antenna. It's got an antenna on the top of it with a big round.
But it doesn't
circular-
have any collision avoidance.
No.
But you don't use it anyway, Paul.
No, that's the type of remote that an FPV pilot would use now.
Yeah, it's an ordinary remote. It'll fly on anything.
Oh, okay.
It won't fly on the DJI remotes, but it'll fly on a normal one. So long as it matches the receiver in it.
Joe, I liked your video that you posted. Man, I thought you were going to hit that bales of hay when you came.
Which one?
The one you posted this morning, I think was up this morning.
Yeah, I'll look in a second. I'll see which one it was. I don't remember. I put so many up the last couple. I don't remember which one it was.
Oh, there's JDS. I don't know if you've seen JDS since
Oh, yeah.
you looked at his channel the other day, Ed. But JDS Ed has some little remote control RC planes like you like to get.
Yeah, this morning was the one with the wind.
So I
That
put
was the
them in,
Neo the Avata in the wind. That thing was crazy.
so we gave Ed your channel to take a look at if he likes those kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah, I seen it all, man. You got good stuff there, bro.
Yeah, he does a lot. He buys a lot of like just random little RC planes from like Wish and Temu and all kinds of stuff just to play with them and try them out.
I got this one. I'm trying when it's nice out to go and fly it, see how it does.
No.
Slow guy.
Cool.
And then I'm gonna move up to big ones.
Yep, that's exactly the kind of plane you'd see JDS flying around his park.
I seen a couple good ones there.
I'm working, go.
Yeah, he finds good little gems
Said
if
I'm
you just want
working.
something to
Go.
play around with. A lot of stuff he gets isn't like out of the price range for 99% of people. It'll be like a little $40-$50 RC plane or something. He
Oh,
says
you
he's
got
got
two of
two.
those, the same ones? It's been very windy here and cold, so once it warms up and the wind dies down, I'll go.
Yeah, I actually even said that the other day. I said I wouldn't be surprised if JDS don't have that one. I have 30 to review. Jesus.
Wow. Well, you can send some over here if you want, eh?
You can send out all your sloppy seconds.
Yeah. Sloppy seconds, you sloppy thirds, I don't care.
Oh, I wonder how far you are from JDS.
We're not too far.
Enough now.
Yeah, well,
Told my son this morning, I said, you need to go to Hammond. It's the kind of action you want up at Hammond, Louisiana. I said, he said, the reason you don't want to work for Tangi is because you have to buy your weapon and you have to buy your vest before you get hired on. They make you buy it. And it's like about $3,000.
They make it buy it. He has to buy it through them or what?
He has to buy it through them, but he has to buy it up front. I said, they don't do like payroll deductible on it. He said, nope. He knows
No,
them over there.
No, but they'll guarantee him the job before he buys it, right?
Oh, yeah. He's got the
Okay.
job, but he can't work till he buys his vest.
Does he
And
have
I
the
can get
money?
him the job there because I know the chief. That's the worst part about it. And he don't want to go.
well,
But
the thing of it is that there's got to be some used vests from other people in the department, isn't there?
no, you don't want to use them.
Yeah,
You
they
want to
have
use, you want one that fits you. That's the thing. And they got to measure it. And a lot of times you got to buy one. But like where he was at, they gave him a used one when he started and it really didn't fit him. It was close. So it had gaps in it and they fitted one for him. It took about 6 weeks to get his in. And when he got his in, it fit him like a glove, it fit
Well,
perfect.
Plus, vests have deterioration rates, just like
Yeah.
car seats and all that. There's expirations on them. You're only supposed to use them for so long, and then you're supposed to get a new one. Because some of the materials deteriorate over time. That's why you're not supposed to buy used car seats. So
Well, that's it. Not even a day. Cool.
They got a guy up there. They had a report yesterday. They got a big mall right there by the interstate. That's where Johnny's kids go and everything. His grandkids go. And they had a guy from Independence stole a car in Independence. That's right up the road, about maybe 20 miles, 15 miles up the road. And he was coming down and he was stalking women. And he grabbed one of them the other day, got in her car, went out, sexually assaulted her, did all this other stuff, robbed her, made her drive him back to the stolen car. Then everything was at gunpoint. And they got a brief description from a camera in the parking lot, right? So then he came back through again. He came back through again a couple of days later, and they got a better description of him, but he didn't get anybody. And he went back. So they traced the car, and they got somebody found his description and said, this is where the guy's at. So they went up to his house yesterday. And when they got to his house, when they all pulled in, he took off into the woods in the back, right? Guess how they found him? With drones. They had DJI drones and they had shoulder drones, DJI drones up in there. Found them.
So they don't have any canine units.
Oh, they didn't bring. They're not going to put a canine in the woods unless they have to, because if there's any water back there, gators and everything else.
Okay, yeah, that's right. I keep forgetting it's down south. There was gators and things.
Yeah, between the water moccasins and the gators, and now in Louisiana you got a lot of coyote.
Yeah.
well, on a lot of
they're not going to do that to their dog.
A lot of handlers are a little bit more careful about where they send their dog without knowing the threat in there, neither. Because you get people stabbing the dogs and everything else.
Yep. I think
That
the
sucks.
best video I ever seen was the guy that took off running. He told him, he said, if you run up, he said, if you run, he had his hands up, he said, if you run, I'm gonna stick the dog on you. Like this. And the guy's dad, he took off. And he takes off and he let the dog out the back. The dog took off, and as they went around a tree, you heard the dog hit him, and you heard the guy go, "Whoa!" That dog will take you down, man. Because I tell you, that's how they're trained. They're trained to lunge at you, and they use all their weight.
Yep.
Dude,
And they grab anything they can grab. They'll be biting you on your ass. You know.
every out of the hundreds of canine videos I've watched, body cam footage and stuff, I've only ever seen one person not run from the fucking canine. Most everybody else, but that dude was all drugged out. But most 99% of people, I don't care how big and bad they think they are, they run like little girls and them dogs start
Mhm.
chasing them.
Now, do they have body cams on the dogs too?
Some
No.
departments. I've seen them.
Some do not around here.
Yeah, that one dog that's out of Georgia who's really famous. He had a little body cam on his vest. Can't remember the name of the dog. There's a bunch of videos of him online though. The dog's name is Shep. I remember that.
Chef.
I just can't think of what department it was. I think it was a department out of Georgia.
I love watching the ones that they cry. I'm sorry, officer. I won't do it again. I'm sorry. Let me go.
That's usually what they're screaming.
What is this?
Not that calmly. And
Let me go. I won't do it again.
that's the thing too. You fuck with one of those dogs, that's just like killing an officer.
Oh yeah, you're dealing with an officer. You punch him, it's assault on an officer.
Yep.
They don't play.
Yeah, those dogs are technically sworn in officers. I saw a guy one day on some body cam footage, and he was wrestling with the cop's dog, and bit the bit the ear of the dog, and the fucking cop put his gun to his head, and he said, "Let go of my dog," and the dude wouldn't let him go. He shot him right in the head and killed him. It was point blank range, right in the head, because he kept biting the dog, and he wouldn't let the dog go.
You can do flips with those? How do you do the flip though? There's no switch. It's only two. Yeah, come in.
He's saying you're pretty much full in the stabilization unit on that in order to do it. So it's not really meant to do flips, but he's saying you can do flips. Ed's about to go outside and try it and come back in and be in pieces. You lied to me. That sucks. Y'all don't live a little closer, JDS. Y'all could have met up. You guys are damn near 24 hours apart. That is a long ass drag.
No, sorry, the wife was telling me something.
No,
No,
I'm
because-
saying from what he's
Okay.
saying is like it's really not meant to do flips, but if you do it right, you can do them.
Oh, cool. Yeah, because there's only throttle and turn.
He
Okay.
said, Ed, when you fly that plane, start off at full throttle.
I'll be back, guys.
Take care,
Yeah,
sir.
It's snowing, but I'm going to try and catch the ship.
When you fly the plane, start off full throttle and keep it at half. Unless you want to do flips.
If I can sneak
Right.
out of here without Boone knowing that I'm going.
Be careful out there.
Is your TV all white or is that the camera covered in snow?
That's the camera on the river, looking down river. That's because of all the snow.
I can't see shit. It looks like a whiteout.
Good morning, Jim. Johnny.
Good job, Jen.
I'll be right back. No, not right back, but I'll be back shortly. You guys got it under control?
Nah, it's all out of control.
No, we'll kill it.
Boom, no.
Yeah, look at it. Now I can
Oh,
see the water at the bottom of the
You're gonna
screen. Dude, that's a fucking whiteout. Look at that.
Stay. Stay.
That camera ain't seeing
Hey.
shit.
And he's gonna try to fly that.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. Oh no.
Well,
boy.
guess we're gonna be hearing about him having to buy a new drone.
I wonder if I should just change the channel to the.
All right, now we get 2 hours of speculation of how he crashed his drone. Nice.
Are we making bets? Oh.
I'll
Dude.
lose that.
I'm telling you, this ain't the first time. He's lost two drones over that river. Or 3.
No, he found one, didn't he? Yeah, he found
Yeah,
the-
but
the second-
he actually lost 2 before that in the water.
Wow, I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
2 Air 2S's, and then he lost another one on another river down the way. It was a smaller river. He hit a fucking a telephone wire that was going across, and it threw the drone down on an ice sheet that was floating down the river.
And he was
Oh,
thinking
wow.
about how to get out there to get it.
Yeah, he had to watch his drone float away on an ice sheet.
Wow.
That was last winter. He did that.
That's crazy.
If it's that bad out there, I would not put that drone up.
Yeah, one day he went to go get a cruise ship that was coming through. It was like the first time that cruise ship was coming through there or something or another. And it was so foggy out, dude. You could not see like 5 feet in front of you. He put it up. The drone did something or another, and it sat and hovered under the bridge until it ran out of battery and just fell into the water.
You know why,
Whatever.
right? Because he didn't have obstacle avoidance on it. He didn't have return to home on it because he's afraid he's going to hit the bridge. And like we tell him, obstacle avoidance, set the return height at 150. That's under the bridge, or set it above the bridge. He could go to 600 if he wanted to, and then set it up to come back to you and have the obstacle avoidance on it.
Yeah,
But he won't do that. He
had
sets
it
it
on
on
the-
hover.
Yeah, he set it on the hover with to stop. But that's
He
the other
still
thing.
got it set on hover.
But the thing is it's really dangerous to fly in fog too, because it will fuck with the sensors. I actually saw there's a couple of videos on YouTube from a few years back where somebody took their drone above a cloud or above a fog bank, and the drone would not come down because it thought it was the ground, because
Yeah.
the fog was so thick that they sat there in the bed, and the one was a Spark, and they barely saved the drone at the last couple minutes. They were able to finally get it to go back down through the fog and land right before it ran out of battery.
Oh wow.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to fly when it's foggy out, because that'll fuck with your sensors real bad.
Good
I
thing
don't
you
know.
didn't. Go ahead, sorry.
I don't know. I was gonna say I just don't know about if they're better like on the newer drones, like the Mavic 3s and stuff like that. But yeah,
And they've got what they call nifty return to home on those. And all you do is you set it up to where it'll come back and it'll avoid stuff on the way back, and it's going to come back the shortest route. So if you set it at 130 feet, it's going to look for the 130 feet. But if it's like almost like the Air 3S. The Air 3S will almost follow the same path back. with that LiDAR, it does a lot better.
So is that considered a flyaway, like the one that he lost on top of the ice floating away?
No,
No.
that was the one he hit the wire and it knocked the drone out of the air. He didn't see a set of telephone wires going across the water.
Oh shit.
Well, the problem is, Jim, is it's not a lot of the drones you can turn the sensors off, but you can't turn those bottom ones off. And
Yeah.
that's where the couple of videos I saw, when they got above the fog bank, they couldn't get back down because the bottom sensors were they was reading it as it was the ground. And I thought it was gonna hit something. I don't know, can you turn the bottom sensors off on a Mavic 3? Or just the obstacle avoidance sensors?
Obstacle avoidance.
Yeah, see, that's where one thing fog could still fuck with the drone is those bottom sensors. It still fuck with it. Because I know on the Spark you couldn't turn them off, and I know on the obviously the minis you couldn't turn them off. The Mini 1 and Mini 2, they were on all the time. I don't think and I'm pretty sure the Aero 2 you couldn't turn them off either. You could only turn the obstacle avoidance on if you were in sports mode. It would turn them off. But it didn't turn the bottom sensors off.
I'm gonna have to get me some hamburger meat today and fire up my George Foreman grill and a memorial.
For what?
George Foreman died last night.
Oh, did he?
What?
Yeah, 70, I think it's 78.
Oh shit.
Oh wow.
I didn't hear about
So I'm gonna
that.
have to fire up my George Foreman today as a memorial.
All right. What time is supper?
Mhm. I got a flight to do today around noon.
I'll check it out right now.
March 21st, 2025.
No details of what he died from. Unless they say it now.
Did he have any
The
kind
family
of,
didn't tell him.
I wonder if he had any pre-existing or if it was just drop dead type thing.
Well, the way they made it sound, they said their hearts are all heavy because of sudden passing. That's how they put it.
Probably wasn't expected then. He probably had like a heart attack or something out of nowhere or something. Or heart failure or something like that. Because if he had a pre-existing condition that was, then it wouldn't have been unexpected. They couldn't really say unexpected. He was
They
probably
said,
most likely he was probably in really good health at the time and then just dropped
yeah,
dead
it could have
from
been
heart
anything.
attack or
Could have been
something.
an aneurysm, could have been anything. Something quick.
Yeah.
But they said last night that he was a minister. They said besides being the boxer and besides being the twice heavyweight champion, all of this, and the money he made, they said that they said he'd give to anybody. He'd take care of anybody. Almost like Shaq, you know. And he said they said that when he got involved with the Foreman Grill, they said he sold his name, likeness, and to have his name on there, $108 million. And that's tough.
I
You know.
can almost bet you if Shaq ever passes away, it's going to be because of a heart problem, because of his size.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm mad. I am so mad. This year, I usually pay attention during Mardi Gras on who's going to be where, if any celebrities are going to be in, and all of this, because that's where I usually try to go get the pictures at. Because I can still get the parades, I get the celebrities too. I'm sitting here tonight at Bacchus, and I usually hear who the celebrity is going to be the king. And they show the Marine Corps band playing the national anthem and Shaq on the float being Bacchus, standing there with his chalice in his hand with the wine in it, you know. And I said, "You got to be kidding me."
Yeah, I remember watching him. He was in an Apple store one day, and these two kids were looking at new like laptops, And I started to walk out, and he asked them what they were looking at, and they were talking about how they really wanted to get a new laptop. He bought them both a brand new fucking Apple
yeah.
laptop.
Yeah, he'll do that. He's been in Walmart, walked in Walmart, and he's watched people, just walks around, watches people sometimes. And he'll be sitting there and he'll see people that are looking at stuff and putting stuff back like that. And he'll have somebody with him and he'll go get everything they're putting back. And then go up and catch them in line and get it all in and pay for everything.
Yeah, he
You
actually holds the record at Walmart for the most money spent. It was like,
yeah, what was it, 80,000 or something like that?
yeah, some crazy amount though he spent in one day at Walmart. It
Yeah.
was all on Christmas shit for kids and stuff that were coming in and out of Walmart.
Yeah, but anything to do with LSU basketball from what years were it? Was 1968.
That's a big difference in size right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the F550 and the Mini 4.
Yeah, anything to do with basketball, the LSU basketballs from it was 1968 to 75, I think it was. And then when the New Orleans Jazz were here, if you were a player on there, I probably met you because my godfather was the announcer. And I used to sit next to him on the bench. So I got to meet Shaq and all those. I got to meet Shaq after the fact because I was at one of the LSU games later on with my godfather, and my godfather walked up and called him Mr. Police like this, and then shook my hand. But it was just when he was in college, you know. But it was like, I mean, Pistol Pete.
What's up, Joel?
Pistol Pete when he played for the Jazz. I talked to him. You know, the worst part about all these people I talked to back then, all these major players, and I don't have any autographs. I don't have nothing from them. Never did worry about it.
You've always
I could
got
have probably got rookie cards and everything else.
Mark, what you need to do is take your Mini 4 Pro and put it on that strap on top and take that bitch for a ride.
That's the battery strap.
I got a better idea. Put the Neo on top.
That was a good video. I just watched it. It's pretty cool.
Put that Mini 4 Pro up there, hand somebody else a controller, and you both go full throttle at the same time. See how much speed you can get.
Yeah.
Put that Neo on top. See, I'm so mad that thing didn't start that video yesterday on that first flight. I thought because I have it set to start the video, and it was in photo mode for some reason. I never put it in photo mode, and I looked down and I said, "You got to be kidding me!" But I came around by the gazebo, and as I came underneath this oak tree, I didn't see a branch, and I hit this branch, and the thing almost did a 360 in the air, and then I'm committed to go through the gazebo. And I missed the pole on the gazebo on the left, and then all of a sudden I missed the pole on the right, and it was all like do like this. And I said, "Man, that's gonna be good video," and it didn't video. I'd have liked to have seen that. Didn't even video in my glasses. That's what's even worse.
Joel said good morning to you guys.
Hi, Joel.
Hey, Joel, you got Randy in there too. I wanted to say what I forgot about.
Yeah, I saw Randy and Jim.
Yeah, Randy was
JDS, not it's JDS.
Randy ain't
not
been in
Dan.
the chat for about
JDS,
40
not
minutes
Dan.
or so.
Yeah, he's been.
Yeah. Yeah, Randy been way back there.
Yeah, no, that was a cool video there. Can't pick stuff, John. That clip was cool.
I got a flight at I got to go out around 11 o'clock out to Mandeville Harbor, right down here. Beautiful day, sunshine. It's gonna be in the 70s, and they're doing the blessing of the fleet. All of the sailboats will be coming through. And I was talking. There was one guy out there. He said, "Hey, how you doing? My name's Bob, spelled with one O."
Bob
like
spelled
that.
with one
Bob
O.
spelled with one O.
Okay. Yeah.
So now I'm gonna start saying, "Hey, I'm Joe," spelled with one O. You know.
He's obviously been watching Dan.
Or he's been getting called Boob.
Yeah. So, but But it's gonna be the blessing of the fleet. They'll bring all the sailboats through. They'll have the Catholic Church out there and have all their people dressed up in their Commodore outfits and all of this stuff. And because it's the Pontchartrain Yacht Club. And this guy I was talking to, he's the Commodore of the Pontchartrain Yacht Club, and his boat is right there. And his sailboat, when I walked up and saw his sailboat, I looked up at it, and he was putting the flags up, and I said, "So when you put them sails out, you got like all the sails on Lake Pontchartrain, right? You ought to see how big these things are. This is it's almost like a tall ship." And he said he's going to have his out today. So I'm gonna go out there with the Mavic 3 and fly it. I might take the Avata 2 and fly around lower too. Now last year when I was out there flying it, that's when the Eagle came after me. So I didn't see the Eagle out there yesterday, but it's the time of year they should be here. I just hope that girl walking that dog walks by again. I got to get her name. Man, I was talking to her. We were talking. She was asking me about drones, all this stuff. And we get into talking and I said, yes, I fly all the time. If you want to learn how to fly, let me know. She goes, yeah, it's a good idea. Like that. And she's talking to me. She's probably in her 20s, walking her dog. And then these two eagles chase my drone around. I look up, she's gone. She wasn't gone. She said, they're chasing you? I said, yeah. I said, okay. So let me get it down. I'm still getting it down and everything. She keeps walking her dog. Because I got busy and she got distracted and I got distracted. I should have said, here's my card, you know. I said, damn, I blew that one. But you always have a chance.
You ever seen that private yacht? I think it's called the Starship or something. That thing's got fucking massive sails on it. And it's like a $500 million yacht. I can't remember the name of it. It's called like Starship
something
or
like that.
something.
Or
Black
you look like
Star
tall
or
ships.
something.
See, I wish they'd do another tall ships NOLA. We have to pay attention to when they're going to do it. I know they do it, but they don't publicize it enough. And they usually have 2 or 3 tall ships that come up the river. And I tell you what, you don't realize how small these ships are. The tall ones, the old ones, until they're on the Mississippi River, and the big ships go by them.
They do that up at Paul's every year. They have that tall ship thing where they all come through there.
Because I want to do that. I actually want to go to New Orleans and I want to get to. I might do this next week. I don't know if Donnie wants to go because he's getting ready to go on a trip. But I want to go to the Point by West End. There's a big yacht club back there and a big Coast Guard area, and they've got a couple of lighthouses and everything else. I want to fly that.
So
A friend of mine just flew it.
What are you saying, Jim? She was a honeypot from the FAA trying to get information out of Joe?
Hey, she could have been a honeypot out of China and I would have gave her information. What are you talking about? Might not have been the right information, but she got something. See, that's what people don't realize. If you know she's a Chinese spy, you tell her everything wrong, but you're still getting what you want. Now, when she finds out it's all wrong, then she may come kill you, but you know. That was when I was messing with that eagle on a tree. He was sitting in a tree minding his own business, and I was flying around. I was keeping one eye on the drone, one eye on him. So I want to make sure he didn't come flying out at me. And I said, I can get a picture of him. So I got about 50 feet from him, and he's just looking around, not paying attention. He's paying attention, but he's not caring. So I looked at it and I said, I got to get a little bit closer. I should have just zoomed in. And so I moved it up to about 35 feet. And I said, he's not bothering me, so I'm going to move a little closer. And when I got to about 20 feet from him, his whole demeanor changed. He just went and looked right at the drone. Like, what the hell are you doing? You know? And that's when I knew, let me take and I took the picture so fast, it was blurry and everything. So I didn't even get a good picture. You know, I must have been moving back when I took the picture. But he decided to get up in the air. It was a he or she, I couldn't tell you. He got up in the air and just did a couple of circles around, and I'm flying back and I'm lowering it as I'm coming. So I don't want him to come down at me. You know, I'd do all kind of evasive if I had to. And he's screeching and screeching and screeching. And all of a sudden another one came out of nowhere. I don't know where it came from, but it flew over about 10 feet over my drone, like at 100 miles an hour. Just right over the top. They were telling me, go away. That's what they were doing. That second one could have taken me out in a minute. I didn't even see it. Okay, they're inspecting the brand new Buc-ee's right now to make sure they can open. It's in Gulfport, Mississippi, which is about an hour from me. 75,000 square foot store. It's going to open in May. So I'm going to buy me a Buc-ee's a puppet, and I'm going to start using it in my show.
It's gonna be finished by May. They're gonna finish it in 2 months.
That's what they said. Well, I think it's finished. They're just making sure everything's legit, ready to go up to code. 75,000 square foot.
I just got
Wow.
I just got free $25 from PayPal.
That was all right.
They gave me 20 because I do direct deposit and everything. They gave me $25.
Mind you, I just got 50. Well, I've not got it yet, but it's going to be going in my bank soon. My bank have given me a £50 for free. They've given all of the customers £50 for free.
I just got an email from them from PayPal.com. So I went into my PayPal app and it said, you got 2,500 points for your direct deposit and other stuff you've done on here. Would you like to redeem it as cash or use it at the store as points or donate it? I was like, I'm not fucking donating it. Give it back to me. And then I checked my balance and then, yeah, it popped in there about 2 seconds later.
Yeah. I do so much Venmo. I use Venmo like on my envelopes and everything. And I tell them to, to scan the envelope for Venmo and that. They sent me and they said, would you like a Venmo credit card? And I thought about it and I said, you know what? I could use that. Since I use that for photography, I'll just use that for photography. And then I could get everything else off of it and pay it straight from Venmo. Makes it easy, right? So they sent it to me, gave me a $10,000 credit limit. And they said, if I do $1,000 within the first 3 months, I get a $300 bonus. And I was in the middle of doing team pictures. I did the $1,000 in about, it must have been 2 weeks. And they kicked $300 back into it.
Yeah, because the amount of interest they're making off of everybody, that doesn't cost them anything.
Yeah, it didn't cost them nothing. So I use that, and what I do, I just pay the bill. I pay the bill out of I'll put everything in Venmo I can. And if I got enough in Venmo to cover it, I just cover it out of Venmo.
Nice. Oh, what's the card number again?
Three.
Yeah, that's right. We're going to need those 3 numbers on the back. So
0, 0, 0. Put that in, see if it works.
Eddie Nunez has just posted that he's bought the Mavic 3 Pro. Well, the box that he's put on is a Mavic 3 Pro Cine.
That's even better.
That's the one with ProRes and a 1 gig hard drive, isn't it? Or
Yeah.
SSD. Yeah.
SSD. You can take it in and out too.
Yeah.
I
That's
think,
what she said.
right ahead. Now, mine used to say, did you put it in yet? But if I had the money to buy anything I wanted right now, I'd probably buy the Pro Kit with the new controller with the Mavic 4. But I would prefer to have a thermal like if a Mavic 4 thermal came out, I'd rather that. Because if I'm going to spend that kind of money, I'd rather buy something better. But I'm telling you, I am still leaning on buying a Mavic 3 Pro instead of a Mavic 4. I get the Mavic 3 Pro right now for $21.99. And the other way is get the what's it gonna be 20? Was it $22.99 or something like that for the Mavic 4? It says it's come with the RC2. So the RC2, I've got one. We'll work on it. If I wait long enough, I might be able to catch a refurbished one on eBay refurbished and pay $1,900 for it. One or two batteries. If I could find one like I did with this with 2 batteries and it works with this RC2, that'd be the way to go. $1,700.
For what?
Well, a Mavic 4 Pro. I mean, a Mavic 4, if they come out like they did with the Mavic 3s, when they started getting them back and refurbish them and everything.
Yeah.
I got the Mavic 3 original with 2 batteries for $16.98.
Yeah, I don't know whether it's going to work with the RC2 or whether it's
That's what it says.
Whether it's
They
going to
said
be a new one
the,
altogether.
the basic package is the Mavic 4, 1 battery, RC2.
Oh, that's okay then. So it's going to be on OcuSync 4. They've not upgraded.
So it's not going to be. It might be 4 plus.
Yeah.
But I don't. The thing is, you saw that new controller. The pictures of the new controller. It's got a tablet like on the top, and it folds up and down. I don't like it. I cannot stand the way it looks because I've got a tablet that I could use with the old kind of computer, but I don't want to use the tablet anymore. It's just bulky,
Yeah. Center of gravity is all wrong when you put them.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know. I like the bigger screen, but I didn't like. I actually had a Galaxy Tab A. I've got it in the back, and I had it set up with T-Mobile, so I had it with the internet connect. I mean, the cellular connection. So I always had cellular right there, and I didn't have to deal with my phone or anything, and it worked beautiful, but it was just I felt like I was going to drop it all the time. And actually, I like that. I do like the whatever it's called, the RN1 or whatever N1 controllers or N2 controllers. I like those, but I don't like the way you got to do your phone or you got to put a screen on them. I just like the way they feel better.
Yeah.
R1N1 or R2D2, whatever.
Yeah,
I have a new controller to C3PO.
The N1, the N2, and the N3.
I hope you missed that bridge.
What bridge? What?
Now look how bright it is in the back now. Did the fog lift when you got there?
Yeah, it did a little bit. Yes.
I thought you said it was snowing.
It is.
Was that fog or snow? It was snow then, huh?
Snow, yep.
So you went and flew it in the snow?
Yep. Oh yeah, good pilots know what they can and cannot do. Joe taught me that. He says, they just send it.
Yeah, that's it. The good pilots know how to crash better.
The good pilots. Now we're talking about Paul. What? Now let's talk about what Paul does. flying 3 miles away at 20 feet sideways. How high is that
No.
tree? That tree's 300 foot. I'll fly at 20 feet.
With the zoom in.
Man, that's even better. I tell you, I was flying with the zoom one day because I wanted to zoom in from where I was, and I was doing just a little backwards orbit, just slow. And all of a sudden I look down and I'm all between wires.
Oh wow.
I had wires all over the place. I just stopped. And I realized I forgot I was zoomed. And I zoomed out and I'm all in these wires. I said, you got to be kidding me. I didn't even want to turn the drone around to look because I was afraid that it might hit something. I was clear in the front, so I just walked it out a little bit and turned around and looked, and there was about 6 wires right behind me. Now, the good news, if I'd hit the wire, it would have landed on a road. The road was closed. So it would have definitely fell on the road. I could have walked and got it, but I had to go across that bridge that was closed. I had to walk over there, and it would have been a hell of a walk of shame.
How was the flight, Paul? Was it good?
Yeah, I'll show it to you. I'm just loading it now.
Oh, okay.
I'll show you guys the raw, okay?
He's gonna show us how it was done.
Paul, keep your
Yeah.
pants on. We don't want to see nothing raw. We've already been through that a couple weeks ago.
Can you guys see that?
No.
Yeah, I know it's on, Paul.
Okay, here we go.
Well, I thought about that. I better not say that. Then
You
turn stuff
you
off.
can see the snow coming down.
Yep.
And it was cold down there too, I want to tell you. 30 degrees with a stiff wind coming out of the north.
You got the wind at your back right now.
Yep.
You know, when we snowed down here, I was in the air and I was getting the snow like that, and I thought it was pretty cool.
That's 1,000-footer. And I had it in standard mode, so the wind started to push it back, and so it went slow up this side. And so then I switched it into ludicrous mode and
What
started to do a
what
little
drone are you
better.
flying? Air 12 doesn't have ludicrous.
Well, you got cinematic, standard, and then what's the other mode?
But
Or,
Okay.
the standard is normal.
yeah.
This is all raw footage. This isn't this isn't documented or tweaked.
Oh, that's close. Very well done, Mr. Paul.
What? 204.
Now, if the wind is from the north, why are the flags flying to the north? Now it's flying towards the north.
You can tell by the way the snow is, that's the north, right there.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. But the flag on the back is flying towards the ship.
Well, that's because of the wind coming past the rear of the ship causes it to swirl back in. That's it. What'd you guys think?
Very nice.
Now, I got a question at the end of it. You went up higher?
Yeah,
Why?
just to give an overall look of the area and the ship going away.
Because you're going back towards the bridge, then you're going higher.
Well, no, I'm not actually going towards the bridge. I was about, if you'd have spun it around when I was up there, I was above the bridge in height, but I was at least a quarter mile out in front of out north of the bridge.
Because it looked like you were almost to the bridge when you started turning around. And then you started going up. I'd be careful there. Because you back into that bridge accidentally. Frank's in here now. What happened to Jody? See, you can't ever get them in the same room together.
Oh, Brenda, you got snow being spit down there too? Wow.
You guys can keep that white stuff over there.
Snow in Florida.
Yeah.
Said that.
Justin, you got any snow going where you were at?
No. Who's got snow in Florida?
Brenda says, what'd she say?
I don't see anything about snow.
I don't see nothing about snow.
Maybe Paul read it wrong. But
I could have read it wrong.
Put your glasses on, Paul.
No,
Thanks,
no,
Brenda.
you were reading what Joel put. Brenda, I was hoping really spitting snow maybe tomorrow. You were just reading the wrong person.
Okay.
I
So
have-
that
he
was
wrote
Yeah,
Joel.
because
Brenda, and then he
Brenda
saw
asked
snow.
him if he was going to fly. Yep. Okay.
no,
Skyfly said, Brenda, I was hoping to fly, but really windy and spitting snow. Maybe tomorrow.
I was gonna say, oh no, this is the end of the world if it snows in Florida.
Yeah, the blizzard of 2025 in Florida.
We
Well,
already had that this year.
Technically, we did have snow this year. that
You did?
was at
Yeah, I
the
had it
top
during
of
that
the
time.
state.
You did?
Not in my area, but the top of the state got snow. Yeah,
Yeah, all of that area up, all the panhandle got snow when we got it.
yeah, because I'm in the
wow.
middle. I'm in the direct middle of the state, so we didn't get
Yeah, the
it.
panhandle gets snow every few years. They get a little
Really?
bit, not a lot. This year was the most we've gotten in New Orleans metro area since 1898. Since I was a kid.
Beat me to it.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said it.
Yeah.
I had to see who was here, and I realized I better say it.
All right, I'm jumping off. I'll catch y'all later.
Yeah.
okay, see you later.
Justin, have a
Yeah.
good day. We'll see you this evening, or are you going to be playing Fortnite?
I'm sure I'll stop in for a little bit.
Okay. All right.
All right,
We'll
later.
look for you. So what's your plan for today, Joe?
I have the blessing of the fleet to fly at noon.
Oh,
They're doing all the sailboats on Mandeville Harbor.
will there be crowds down there? Do you have to find parking? And
I should be. Last year, I just pulled right there and parked. There's a little playground, and the kids go right there. Usually you can park. but I'll get out there about 11. So I'll be about an hour before they do it. I was talking to a guy yesterday that it's Pontchartrain Yacht Club in the Catholic Church. They'll come out and everybody will be all dressed up in their Commodore outfits and all of this. And all the women come with them and they dress in all their best, look like they're going to the Kentucky Derby with all the hats and stuff. And there's hardly any wind. It's going to be 75 degrees. And the sailboats will come through and I'll get some pictures of the sailboats. And they bring right off the bat, they bring the kids out in the little small sailboats they teach them in.
Yeah.
And they'll have about 15 little small boats all up in there with the kids. And last year I want to say I flew the Avata to there for that. That's what I'm thinking I flew it for. But I'm going to go out there today and I'm going to use the Mavic 3. I'm going to bring the Avata too. I might put that up too. I might put them together.
The foggiest idea, Randy. Rod might be able to tell you what size they are, but
What size what is?
screws he needs for his Mobula 7.
Wow, look at the size difference.
That's crazy.
I'm just going to say, if they're 1 millimeter diameter, wouldn't that be an M1?
Yeah. Can't believe that they're trying to fight Trump on this guy they got in Louisiana right now. That was the guy that has ties to Hamas up at Columbia, and he was inciting the campus riots or the campus protests. And he's here on a visa, and they're revoking his visa because he's violating a couple of the deals in it. And they're saying you can't stay here because you're tied to a terrorist group. So they're invoking the 1798 Act on him about terrorists and staying in the nation. And one judge is trying to stop the whole thing because the ACLU says he's got rights. No, he don't. He's not a U.S. citizen. If you're not a U.S. citizen in this country, you shouldn't have the same rights we do. You don't have a constitutional right. Yeah, they said it's just a waste of time because he's going to lose. The judge is going to lose. See, they're effing around. What they're doing is all these little stupid judges are being prompted by the Schumer said that the other day. Schumer said we right before Biden got out, we appointed 365 liberal judges, and we're going to fight. He said it on television, and we're going to fight Trump every way we can. So it's going to get to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court's going to say a district judge does not have the right to block the president of the United States. One district judge can't do it. And when they do that, it's all over. All said and done with. So it's getting ready to, within a year, watch the differences it's going to have. You're not going to be able to put an injunction on Trump for anything because the judges won't have the authority. And they're going to separate it like it's supposed to be.
Well, yeah, because the separation of powers is supposed to be in effect,
Yeah. Each power is supposed to be able to oversee the other one. But the president has, if you look at the flow chart, the president has the executive branch, and the executive branch, everything he's doing is falling under his branch. He's not overstepping his boundaries. So they shouldn't be able to overstep their boundaries and jump on the executive branch. All checks and balances, but they can't do that.
Randy, have you looked on eBay? There's loads on eBay in the UK.
Excuse me.
Yeah, Randy, you gotta see some of the sailboats that are gonna be out there today. They got one on that I was looking at yesterday. It's gotta be a 60, 70-foot mast on it. And I can't wait to see when he throws his sails out. Cause he had a one going out the front that looked like it was 40 feet. So you're talking like 40 feet out front, because it was a big sailboat. You look at it, maybe 40 foot by 45, 50 foot triangle in the front. That's gonna be a big sail. He said he's gonna be on the lake today. So and then the guy told me, he said, since he's the Commodore of the place, he said, if I get some good pictures, let me know. We'll buy them from you. So I'm gonna make sure I get some good pictures of them doing a blessing of the fleet and everything.
Cool.
Oh, Tino's eye,
Yeah.
it looks good this morning. When I woke up this morning, it looked good. Got just a little bit of red on it, right? By the end of the day, it'll be red again. And I know he's got to be rubbing it. Tell you, I got a cone. I'm about to put the cone on him.
I'm gonna let Boone out real fast. He's over here bugging the hell out of me.
Okay, gentlemen, I'm gonna get going here. I've got some stuff to do.
Okay, later, Jim.
See you guys later.
Okay,
Have a
Ed.
good day.
Hey, come on. Come on. Go potty.
I'll be on for a couple more minutes too.
Mhm.
See what this thing says. Well, I'll be mad. That says from Amazon. See, that's not my package. Come on, people. I got a package that's really pissing me off if it don't get here. No, it's $50 picture order. I need them.
All right.
And Amazon is not supposed to be here. It's not supposed to be here today. It's supposed to be tomorrow. See, I'm gonna go back and look at this thing because it said a few days ago that it was gonna be here, then it never showed up. Yeah, back here it says 2 packages inbound, and there they are right there. That was on the 17th. That was on the 17th. On the 18th, I got one on the 17th. On the 18th, I've got one of them. That's the one I'm looking for. It says Dallas, Texas. And it says moving through the network. And it hasn't posted anything since the 19th. That's what happened with the stupid, that Power 100. I've had another package that's from the same place get to Dallas and take 3 or 4 days to get here. And it doesn't track until it's here. So somebody's not scanning. I didn't get any mail yesterday. I was supposed to get 2 pieces of mail.
That's not good.
Yeah, it's like the post office here. They deliver when they feel like it, you know? Make sure I get that number right. Okay. 8968. Let's see what this one is. 8968 says out for delivery. That was March 18th. Let's make sure I got the right number because I'm gonna bring it to the post office and say, find this shit. I need it. I can't put the pictures together without it. I'm gonna have to order another one. Tell them to send me another batch of them because they lost. I'd have had the worst part about it, if they would have came in together, right down the street from me, 3 miles from me, the team was having a track meet. I could have dropped the pictures off. See what number this is. 1470 is the number I'm looking for.
So it's amazing how high he can get his hands for not being a tall guy. And then you look at what Justin Thomas can do off the tee.
Okay, the last thing I got from them was on Monday the 17th. The 18th is it's not on there anymore.
How about Jordan Speed? What do you see?
Let's see what it says up here. 2099, that's not it. 2099.
A little flatter golf swing is going to promote it when it does flatten out to have the ability to cut a little bit, especially with the driver without a lot of loft. When that tee goes up, it's really going to be tough because you're starting to swing up on the ball, and that promotes more of a raw swing. Also has high hands, a little softer elbow than that of Justin Thomas, but also stacked on top of it. Best part that Justin does here is when he starts his downswing, watch this left hip, how it turns out of the way and completely clears. That hip is going to be key for him.
Yeah, last thing I got on the thing about informed delivery was on the 17th.
Right, and a fairway that is sloped the opposite direction of the dog leg. So ideally for every player in the field, you want to play a cut.
Yeah.
Stats this week. Again, in a similar position. Jordan Speed.
What's that?
Well, they're tied, so it makes sense, right? Both of those 16 of 30 fairways so far. And you got to pick up that number just a little bit. But these are elusive fairways at the end for Copperhead course with all of these dog legs. He found this fairway. He found almost the dead center of the fairway.
I'm gonna print that and go to the post office and then I'll say, find this.
Ow.
You go see if Boone's ready to come back in.
It's ridiculous. Well, that dog drive. He's impatient with the dog. Let the dog be the dog. He'll bark at that dog when he's ready.
Get here. Come up here. Oh, man.
part to another. We go back and forth.
Okay, Joe, how many people we got watching? Just Mark, you and I?
I don't have a clue. I don't have a number. I don't have a thing what tells me the number. It says 3. It says 3 participants, but doesn't say how many watching. It says that on something else.
It
don't it?
says 8 people watching.
6. Well, it says 6 on mine.
Well, what do you think, guys?
Yeah, I guess.
We'll call it, and then we'll see everybody again tonight. What time are you going to be back, Joe?
I'll be back early. I'm only gonna be
Okay.
there for a couple hours.
Okay. Well, good luck with your photography project today. Mark, you have a great day, and we'll see everybody again later today.
Okay. See
5
everybody later.
5 o'clock Eastern Daylight Savings.